Robert, what's up, buddy? How are you? Hey, what's up, James? Thanks for joining us, buddy. What's going on, everyone? Chris, Chess Sports Cards here. We are doing 2023 Topps Chrome Half Blaster Case break number 35. We got 9:43 on the clock. We're starting at 9:45, so just hang out for a minute. We'll get rolling. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right, all right. What is going on, everyone? Chris, Chess Sports Cards here. We are doing 2023 Topps Chrome Half Blaster Case break number 35. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. We've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly. Every break, we're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. These, just so you guys know, I am going to try to get them out tomorrow, but that's probably a stretch. They're probably going to have to go after the weekend just because I have to go out of town for a few days. So tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get them done tonight. But at worst, they'll be out like Saturday or something like that. But just to let you guys know. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So if you want a chance to get into a future free break, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Your name will go on the random. And who knows, maybe you will get a spot in our next free break. All righty. Let's go over the teams. D-backs, John W. Braves, Josh J. Orioles, Troy K. Red Sox, Henry P. Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Andrew L. Guardians, Eric W. Rockies, Donald S. Tigers, Greg J. Royals, Andrew L. Astros, Thomas L. Angels, Cody G. Dodgers, Thomas L. Brewers, Jeffrey B. Twins, Elazar A. Marlins, Kevin P. Mets, Robert S. Yankees, Thomas L. A's, David T. Phillies, Thomas S. Pirates, Andrew L. Cardinals, Edward K. Padres, Jerry K. Giants, Jason L. Mariners, James G. Rays, Michael L. Rangers, Henry P. Blue Jays, Anthony F. And finally, Nationals, Jason L. All righty. So, for those of you regulars and our normal customers, last month or so has been a little weird between the eBay thing and I went on vacation and this and that, whatever. Next week, we'll be all back to normal. The website will be back up and running next week. We'll have all breaks over there. We'll have all our eBay breaks up. We'll be back to breaking phantasmas. I don't even know what that word is, but I said it. So, All right, let's open some cards. Good luck, everyone. I feel I'm like going through withdrawal. It's been like 2 weeks since I've opened any cards. Let's find something nice this evening. Good luck, everybody. Let's see. Well, there's a start. Josh Smith, a rookie auto for Texas, right out of the gate. Henry, there you go, buddy. It's been a strange few months between the eBay shutdown, which unfortunately was out of our control while we got all that nonsense taken care of. And then, of course, if I would have known about the eBay shutdown in advance, I'd have gone on vacation then rather than right after we got back on. But we'll be back to normal soon. Vaughn Grissom, rookie. Prism. Should be a good relapse. That's right. Come on, focus there, Nate. What's going on? Come on, camera. Be nice. There it goes. And Kyle Stowers, a rookie sepia. MJ Melendez refractor. Carnacion. Jordan Alvarez Technicolor and Schwarber sepia. Lennon Sosa refractor and Scherzer pink. Trying to get some piles normal over here. Ezekiel Tovar, Matt Olson, and Judge. All right, 1 down, 19 to go. Oh, damn, it's Thursday. There's football tonight, isn't it? Who's playing tonight? I don't even know. Thursday football is something I've still just never gotten used to. I mean, it was, I never, I don't know. I mean, everyone loves football, just like I do. I love football too, but they're never usually very good games because they're on such short weeks, you know? It's just one of those things I always forget about. Even last week, the Eagles were playing. We were in Dominican Republic. My wife's like, oh, we got to get the game. And it was on down there. It wasn't a big deal, but I forgot all about it, to be honest. Harper. There's a Mookie possible. Oh, Hoppy and Quan. Possible MVP candidate. You never know. Him and Acuna. Ooh, what do we got here? Look at that. Nice Jordan Groshans rookie. Right off the back there for Miami. 55 of 275 on the purple Sonar. I love these Sonar cards. They're so nice looking. Who's got Miami? Kevin. I can get it in the top loader. There we go. Niners, Giants. Oh, boy. Sorry for any Giants fans out there. Langoliers Technicolor. There's an Hoppy refractor rookie in there too. The completely overrated Daniel Jones. I don't understand that. And if anyone's a Giants fan, I'm not saying it just because I'm an Eagles fan. I do not understand this love with Danny Dimes. I don't get it at all. Gausman and Ke'Bryan Hayes. Like, he's not any good. He's terrible. He always has been. People love him for some reason. Josh Jung. Varsho Pink. I feel like football got too full of themselves when they were on top to spread them. Yeah, I mean, look, you cannot Singer rookie. You cannot take away from them their Adley Titans. You can't take away from the fact that they like literally stole a day from the Catholic Church. So they certainly did in this country for anyway. But yeah, Thursday's just, there's so many times Riley Green rookie, and for Kansas City, Nate Eaton rookie auto. Wilson Contreras pink. So many times teams are on such short notice, and football's just one of those sports. You need that week. You know, like if they wanted to continue or want to do and have good football games on Thursday night, then they have to make it somehow that it's like after a bye week that you play. Kansas City is Andrew. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, well, Hurts is what he is. He's a good player. Right now, Hurts' problem is his offensive coordinator. The new offensive coordinator for the Eagles. I don't know what he's doing, but Daniel Dimes is not anywhere in the same category as Hurts. I mean, look, everybody has opinions about different players, and by all means, they should. I just don't understand the Daniel Jones one. I really don't. I have never seen anything that has made me convinced, like, oh, he's a good quarterback on a bad team, or he's a this on a that. Like, I don't imagine him going anywhere else and being much better than he is, but maybe I don't watch him enough, too, so. Oscar Hernandez, Piguero, pink rookie from the Pirates. Yeah, I don't know. Vinny, refractor rookie. I don't know what they're doing. The second half of the last game for the Eagles, they looked like they were starting to click a little bit, but I don't understand what they're doing with their play calling personally. But this is also the problem with having no playing time in the preseason. Fujinami, Sepia, and I realize why they don't. I mean, preseason's the worst. It's so boring, and last thing you want to do is have someone get hurt. I get that, but like honestly, now to the point where none of the quarterbacks play like at all. Rosario, refractor rookie. So that by the time the season starts, they need a few games to get into playing shape. You know, they're just not there because they've had no contact. So it's like until you get to week 3 or 4, you know, some guys look great, but most of them look terrible the first few weeks. Loriano. Which I don't know how there's no real way around that. I mean, it's the way the sport is. It's such a violent sport. Wander Franco. Alvarez, future star. And Hoskins, pink. I mean, that's the unfortunate of it. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers. Although, if you couldn't see the Aaron Rodgers injury coming from a mile away, I mean, honestly, I'm not just saying this. Before that game even started, I said to my wife, well, what's going to happen when he gets hurt this year? I didn't expect it to be on the 4th play of the game. But just because of the Jets and their luck, I fully expected him to get hurt at some point. Oh, God, all the hype, all the money, everything around that for it to last like 50 seconds is just insane. I feel bad for the guy, you know. Nelson, Ivan Herrera, Chris Sale, Sepia. So we got some Bowman coming up next after this. Bowman Chrome, which I have not opened any of yet because I was out of the country last week. So It's just been sitting here in cases. That'll be fun. Bregman and Ezekiel Tovar, sepia rookie. Bregman refractor. Now, next week, we got all kinds of stuff. So we're going to be back to a more normal schedule. We're going to break next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week on here. Xavier Saad, a rookie, pink. We got, what do we have next week? A&G's coming out on Friday, Allen and Ginter. So we'll have Ginter all next week. We'll have more Bowman all next week. Some more Chrome. We got some Chrome Sapphire. And more Cosmic. We got some Trinity, Leaf Trinity, which is a ton of fun if you don't know Leaf Trinity. Sickest patches in the whole hobby. And Leaf Signature Series also, which are all one-of-ones. We're doing a player break of that. We got a 2-case player break of that for next weekend. I'm trying to think what else. You got so much stuff next week. Hoppy and Kyle Stauer. What are we, 5 boxes in with 3 autos already? Kyle Stauer, rookie auto, and Pujols. Baltimore is Troy. Oh. 3 autos in 5 boxes, man. We'll take that. At this rate, we're going to have like 15 autos. I doubt that, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? Trying to think what else we have next week. So much. I just did like 900 listings the other day. Green coming up. Good luck, everyone. Damas and ooh, nice one for Washington. CJ Abrams, 98 of 99 green sonar. And Brandon Lau, pink. Very cool card. Jason. Been playing well too, CJ Abrams. Colas. There's a Mookie Betts sepia. Again, possible MVP. That'd be a $40 card there if Mookie steals it. Although I haven't looked. How are the odds looking? Have they gotten better or worse for either one of them? I didn't look at all last week. I'm going based upon the Vegas odds, of course. Acuna was leading all year until like a few weeks ago. I don't know if Mookie's still there or not. But Garrett Cole, sepia. Kutch Prism and Robbie Ray, pink. Vinny rookie and Bregman throwback. Acuna is now ahead, back ahead. It's so weird, like with sports, how I was watching last week. There's an Acuna right there. Brett Beatty, pink rookie. I was watching NFL Sunday last week, and I mean, not that I haven't noticed this before, but the gambling is so prevalent in sports now. Like, whereas just 5, 10 years ago, oh, it was so taboo, and now it's like FanDuel, DraftKings, they all sponsor something. There's a Corbin Carroll rookie. They all, are in partnership with or this or that. It's like, it's amazing to me how involved it is. And it was funny. I actually heard Travis Kelce talking about it on his podcast. Volpe rookie. There's a Bryce Harper refractor. Max Scherzer sepia. And, he was kind of talking about how it's still, because I guess I don't know when this was. It might have been a few weeks ago or last week or whatever. There were 4 guys who were all suspended in the NFL for gambling. And I think one of the guys put out a statement saying something like, again, I kind of caught, bits and pieces of what Kelce said about it. But, a guy kind of put out a statement of, why can't I gamble, blah, 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 or bet on my own team, blah. I don't know who it was, to be honest. Like I said, I kind of caught it in passing. And then Kelce was talking about, how prevalent it is in the league and how it is having, a lot of guys in those locker rooms are getting involved in this stuff. Gunner rookie, which is a huge no-no. Cody Clemens, pink rookie, which, of course, ask Pete Rose. It is amazing how involved it is now. That to think okay, who's winning? Who's going to win MVP? The Riz, Prism. You're looking at the Vegas lines. You know what I mean? Instead of, who's favored. It's just kind of nuts. Chris, what's up, buddy? Yeah, never talk about it. Yeah, they took it down. In August, the AL. They gave that to Ohtani back in August. Chris, what's up, buddy? How are you? Pink Joe Musgrove. It's amazing. I think back when I'm sure some of you guys remember. Do you remember getting the pool slips every week? The betting slips you used to get? Mark Viento's rookie. You would get these long slips, and then you would, circle your teams on it, and you could play it a few different ways. And it was also hush hush. Now it's you just turn on your computer, you bet on anything you want. Devers, sepia. It's so rampant among teenagers too, especially teenage boys football. My son and all his friends, the last few years, Taylor Ward, that's all they did. They gamble on football all the time. I mean, the only good part to it is you need the money to gamble, It wasn't like back in the day. Well, certainly you could still deal with bookies if you want to. Perez, but you couldn't really, you can't necessarily get yourself in as much trouble in an online thing as you can with your local leg breaker. You want to bet $100, you got to have $100 in your account. Where Jeremy Payne, you pink, doesn't quite work that way with Roscoe. So it's, from that aspect, I suppose it's a good thing. But my son and all his friends, it's Sunday, they get up, that's all they talk about. I seen 18-year-old kids hitting, $4,000 parlays. I'm like, holy Jesus, it's crazy. They would avoid pro sports team in Vegas because they were afraid players might gamble. Yeah, sure. And now that's all they want. Vegas is screaming for teams. Yeah, things have changed a lot. That's for sure. Remember, who was it? One of the really famous, now, again, some of you might be a little younger for this, but was it Nick the Greek or someone on one of the big pre-games got in trouble and got fired for talking about gambling? Now, this was back in the 80s or 90s, but it was a guy who was on for years and a household name. And he brought up lines once and they fired him and he was never on TV again. Altuve and Christopher Morel, pink rookie. It was so taboo when, back years ago. And now, they're freaking sponsoring the stadiums. Acuna. That's Acuna number 2. Now it's like, DraftKings Stadium in Arizona or whatever. It's crazy. Volpe rookie. Hoskins and Arozarena. Oh, Vegas knows how to make money. There's no doubt about that. You got that right. Groshans, Corbin Carroll rookie. And Evan Longoria on the Sonar, purple Sonar, 158 of 275 for Arizona for John. Is that our third Sonar already? Well, it's so weird. Like, you can go to stadiums and, like, just go downstairs and bet, while you're at the game. See, I've told this story before. I used to love gambling on football. And I have an addictive personality. I've had issues with different things my whole life, but I used to use a bookie, and I loved gambling. I wasn't betting anything crazy. You know what I mean? A couple $100 on a weekend or something like that, maybe, and usually Teoscar Hernandez Pink at the end of the year, I was plus $1,000. I was down $1,000. It wasn't anything that was out of hand, Well, then, of course, and this is probably 20 years ago, just one of those years where everything went wrong. Like, everything. Didn't matter what I bet. I was just such a mush. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We got 12 boxes to go. I was such a mush. The most crazy things would happen in games to lose, and just one of those years. And I was down like $1,000 or something like that. Again, not a crazy amount of money or anything like that. And I used to deal with a bookie who, if you didn't talk to him direct, he had an answering machine that you would leave messages on, right? And Stephen Kwan, Future Stars, Rizzo, Sepia. So you could leave a message and say, I want, a teaser, blah, 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 this, that, whatever. And of course, I was having this bad year, and it was the playoffs. The Pujols Pink Mini Diamond, 183 of 299 for the Cardinals. Edward. So, of course, I call in this bet, and it hits, and it was big. I forget what it was. I just remember the Bears were involved somehow. And the next Friday comes around, and the bookie's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, where's my guy? And then finally I track him down after a few days. He's like, oh, I didn't get a bet. And I was just like, I'm done. I was so pissed. Like, you've been beating me up all year. Now I finally have a good winter weekend, and you're telling me you didn't get it. He swears up and down he didn't get it. And I dealt with this guy for a long time. I didn't really have a reason to not believe him. There's a nice Adley Prism rookie. Nice one for the Orioles. And Ken Waldichuk. But still, it just was one of those. And honestly, it put me off. I was like, that's it. I'm done. And he was the only bookie I knew at the time. So it ended my gambling career right there. JJ Bleday, refractor rookie. Whenever I'm in a casino, I say they can't afford all this. More people come out winning. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, it's just the thing with the teenagers is terrible. Believe me, I'm not a proponent of it in any way, shape, or form. It's just so rampant. Like, it's so easy to get at. And I'm sorry, in a time when my industry is taking crap left and right that we're gambling, which I still don't quite get. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are ways some people run breaks out there that's really shady. I don't deny that, but you're saying I'm running gambling, but what these guys are doing is crazy. Ripken And none of them, they all have accounts. My son, all his friends, it's not like their parents are doing it. I never gave my son an account. He had his own account. Went on, started it himself. He had no problem getting it started up. Alvarez, Technicolor rookie. Ooh, nice Shohei pink. There you go. There's a $40 bill for, who's that? Cody. There you go. Nice one, buddy. Put $40 in your pocket right there. I don't, it's funny. Years ago, my wife is a huge sports fan. Sometimes bigger than me. Not baseball, but some other sports. She's a much bigger basketball and hockey fan than I am anymore. Not that I don't like them. I just don't have time to watch them, to be honest with you. But my wife, she watches every game of everything. She's a massive football, massive hockey and basketball. And she's a baseball fan, too. I mean, she watches everything, which is nice. But the funny part was when we were together, when we were young, she never really watched football when she was a kid. She watched hockey. Hockey was her thing. And Francisco Alvarez, rookie. The way I got my wife super into football was, and this again, it's going back like 25 years. On Sunday morning, we would get up and I'd have to go to work. I was a chef working, 110 hours a week. So I was always at work. Luis Arraez, sepia. I used to get the newspaper, and I mean, I'm sure it still does. I haven't read a newspaper in years, but you know how they'd have like the section where it's like NFL and have all the games and have the lines and everything there. So to get her to start watching football, there's another show. Hey, Trevor Story, Prism. We would go down, so we'd flip a coin for who picked the first game. And say my wife won, she would pick the winner of the first game, not with the line, just straight up. I'd pick the second, she'd pick the third, fourth, fifth. We'd go all the way down. And whoever, this is Ezekiel Tovar, rookie sepia, whoever won the most games had to buy something for $25 for the other person the next week. So the first week I did this with her, and like I said, she never really watched football. I came home from work that day, Spencer Steer, Jordan Walker, Riley Green, and Torkelson Pink. And there she is on the couch watching football. And she's like, I've been watching football for 10 straight hours. Because she was like addicted. She just wanted to win. That's my wife. So in a way, gambling helped me get my wife into football. Carlos Perez, 95 of 195 for the 199 for the Sox. Nice rookie there. Yeah, exactly, Jason. You can't. You're just, yeah, you're just screwed. Like, it's funny you say it's like your drug dealer stealing your drugs. Like, hey, I'm gonna call the cops. My bookie stole my money. White Sox, Andrew. There you go. Nice rookie there. Yeah, it's funny. It's true. But it was enough to turn me off to it. And luckily so, because like I said, I have an addictive personality. I've had other issues in my life luckily I've been sober for many years now, but that took a lot of years for me to get straight, and I didn't need a gambling bug in my life. So luckily I'm one of those people that if you piss me off the right way, then I can give something up. In a way, that guy did me a favor, I figure. Garrett Cole, pink. Yeah, like I said, with the thing nowadays, it's a shame with these kids and the way they're going after. That's the only positive I can say to is at least you have to have money to bet money. Not that justifies anything, but maybe keeps them from getting in as much trouble as some other people would in the past, I mean, I've worked with guys over the years who were Hoppy rookie, sepia, who were just straight degenerates, and I'd watch them, lie 15, 20 grand in a night on baseball games and come back and do it again the next day and be like, what are you doing, man? Like, they just couldn't help themselves, It's easy to justify it when you win, Easy then. I win. Well, that's good. Bregman. Yachty. Sepia. This Goldschmidt pink. Do do do. Do 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 do. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 boxes to go. Oh yeah, you do have, yes, you're right about that. I don't know necessarily, like, there's this weird underlying thing with some breakers now where they're all like post their betting stuff on Instagram and whatever, and I don't understand why they'd want to attach that, like, to what they're doing. I mean, we're already having issues as it is. I mean, not that you can talk about it much, but just for a little general information, I mean, the whole reason for the eBay shutdown was they were figuring out a way to make sure that it's not considered gambling. Michael Grove pink. Now look, I ship all cards. People always get stuff from me. So and honestly, in my mind, if you're gonna say that what we're doing here is gambling, then opening any box is gambling. I mean, you can lay it out to that simple. But okay, so say it is, and why would you start posting things showing your actual gambling? Like Filth Bomb or Bleacher Breaks, guys like that, they constantly post stuff like showing, oh, I'm betting on this, I'm betting on that. And I'm like, dude, put that on your personal stuff. Like, you're not making us look any better at all, you know? Abreu. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the way some guys run breaks is definitely gambling with the highest bid stuff and all that type of crap. Michael Harris, rookie. I'm not that creative. You buy your team, I'll send you your cards. Pretty simple. Yeah, that's true. You know, the funny thing of it is, like, when you get into the whole Drew Waters sepia breaking gambling stuff, like, yeah, I do understand, like, if you go on Whatnot and watch a lot of what these guys do with the high bids, Adley, and the mystery packs and all that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty borderline, you know, with some of the stuff they do. But I mean, if you're a Pirates fan, you know, I would much rather come and there's a Freddie Freeman prism. My mouth can't work. If I'm a Pirates fan, I'd much rather buy the Pirate cards at a discount than have to buy a box and take whatever I get, you know? But I don't know. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of things out there that are. Razzes are. I agree with you. I don't do any of that stuff. There's definitely stuff out there that guys are doing. But not that I really meant to get into that. But my point was, like, these guys are gamblers. And I don't usually like to bring up names of other breakers, not because of competition. I just don't like to talk about other people. It's their business. But like someone like Filth Bomb, who is really big right now and super connected to Fanatics. I mean, they are like the cornerstone of Fanatics Live these days. And I mean, they're doing very well for themselves. And then they're posting stuff about parlays and this and that. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you turn that faucet off, you're going to be in trouble. Josh Jung, rookie. Shane Bieber, sepia. Schwaba. Luis Araz, pink. Carlos Correa, refractor. Well, yeah, that's Jason. I agree with you 100%. And it's funny. We actually had. So again, I'm trying to tread lightly on what because we have an NDA with eBay, but I can't talk about. But basically, the shutout they were talking about shutting down breaking entirely off of eBay, like not allowing it anymore back in June. And they have this sweepstakes thing now, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard. Shit, I forgot to talk about it earlier. Oh yeah, there's an eBay sweepstakes if anybody's interested. The link is in the description of my break. I just remembered I forgot to talk about it. And it's more so that eBay doesn't want to be involved in any gambling. So they're trying to, have a way to say, well, no, we offered this, Carlos Correa. So I guess somehow that justifies it. But we actually had another Zoom call today. It was the fourth one in like a month. Every week we have one, and they change the rules every time we talk to them. Like, oh, no, you need to do this now. Now you need to do that. It's so crazy. But it's all just in a way of keeping breaking on eBay, because their other option is to get rid of it entirely, just to protect themselves. They don't necessarily think that, but they're being like kind of over cautionary. Francisco Alvarez. And look, I mean, some of the guys who are approved like us are complaining to high heaven, but they just don't seem to get it through their head that eBay's trying to do everything they can to keep us on here, keep the platform legitimate. And I don't know. It's the whole thing's a little weird, but yeah, I'm not a big repack guy either. I don't do any of that stuff. Like, the problem I have with repacks isn't necessarily that there's another show. Hey, I think we're up to 80. So, old Cody should be in the positive. He is. The problem with repacks, like if you want to buy, who's the big company? Super Break, something like that, which is a repack product also. I'm fine with that. And I'm fine with selling that stuff if we don't get it very often, but every once in a while. The problem with the repacks I have are a lot of the guys on Whatnot, the repacks that they're selling are their own repacks. Like they sit there and they try to say, oh, we've got the sweat this or whatever it is, but they leave out the fact that they're the ones making these repacks. So it's not like they're buying them somewhere else and somebody else is doing them. They're making them themselves, which is really shady to me. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing, too. I mean, that's why you need to ship all cards from every break. I still don't understand people who get away without shipping cards. I have never understood that, ever. And I know there's some huge breakers that don't do it. We never not shipped all cards from every break. And it's funny because a lot of the guys from eBay who are complaining, they're like, well, I don't understand why. And it's like, well, if you shipped all your cards and people received something for what they're paying for, then it wouldn't be an issue, but I don't know. It's common sense tends to elude a lot of people. I don't, I have nothing but respect for eBay and those guys, but some of them are not the brightest group in the world. Yeah, there's some. What goes on Whatnot is like a crime as far as I'm concerned. There's some crazy stuff going on over there. Yoshida. Between the repacks, doing their own repacks, and then the constant whining about you're not making enough money. Like, God, I don't know how anyone can even listen to that. And I go over there. Every single breaker over there just complains that, oh, you guys don't bid enough. I'm being ripped off. I'm just like, dude, how can you do that to your customers? It's so rude. It's like you need to be a breaker and a used car salesman over on Whatnot. Gunnar Henderson, rookie. Like, if I post a break and it loses money, that's on me. I'm the person who's supposed to have the knowledge to know what will sell, what will be profitable. And look, I put stuff up all the time that I know is not going to make money. A lot of high-end products don't make money, especially on eBay because of the fees we pay. But Andres Jimenez, I want to be able to offer that stuff to my guys. You know what I mean? So, okay, maybe I break even or even take a loss on something. I'll make it up somewhere else, you know? But over on Whatnot, man, all they do is cry about how they're getting screwed by everyone. Francisco Alvarez, a rookie prism. Nice one there. Yeah, which I don't get. Especially now, like, okay, again, I don't know how long most of you guys have been involved in cards. And yes, there was a time, especially earlier in this century, where base really had no value at all. But that is not the case anymore at all. Even Bowman, like paper, has value. I mean, now whether or not you want to take the time to sit down and actually post it and sell it and all that, that's up to you. But it doesn't not have value, you know. That's why I don't get why people don't send it, you know. And it would relieve a lot of issues some people have. It's just lazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. When Series 2 and Series 1 and Update come out, I want to I want to take a knife to my wrist when we have to sort all that stuff. But you bought the team, it's yours. And the biggest gall of all is when they sell the base cards too. So, like, who in the world gets away with that? I don't know how people put up with that. So here, buy the Dodgers in this break. And oh yeah, I'm not going to send you any base cards, but I'll sell all the base cards to someone else. I guess I'm the dumb businessman in this whole thing, you know? The fact that people would even get away with that is unbelievable to me. I was in a break with someone, and I used to, the way I got started breaking was I used to buy into breaks all the time. I still do buy into breaks with other people, but I just thought I could do things differently, so I started doing it myself. And that is one of those things that I just, okay, we don't send you the base, but we'll sell it to someone else. Unbelievable, man. I was in a break with someone, I forget who, it might have been like Phil Palmer, one of those type of guys, and they don't ship base. Riley Green, Future Stars rookie. And I mentioned something during the break. I was like, oh, you don't ship base? Oh, they got so defensive. I was just asking, man. It's all right. Corbin Burns, Pink, like, oh, you should have read the description beforehand. If you want a base, go break with someone else. I'm like, wow, okay. Thanks, guys. All right, 4 to go. Big business with Pokemon. I wish I understood Pokemon. I've talked about this before. I have a guy, I know a kid. Well, he's not a kid. I mean, he's a kid to me because he's like 30 and I'm 50, but who's huge into Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff. And I've offered him multiple times to set him up on my channel, like 1 or 2 days a month, to do breaks of that stuff. Like, I'll set him up at his house with computer, camera, the whole 9 yards, the product. And he's always like, yeah. And then I, of course, never hear from him because I don't know anything about that stuff. Like, I especially Pokemon. I know Charizard and Pikachu. That's it. Which, I don't know, might be enough, but Michael Harris rookie, like, I wish I knew that. What's the other one that's big now? One step, one something. What the hell's the name? They just actually put a show on Netflix too. Adley and Abreu. What is it? One step, one shot, one shot. Is that it? That's a newer one that are like super big. All right, Romuto, Adley rookie, and JD Martinez, purple speckled at 299, 161 of 299 for the Doyers. Thomas. Yeah, that's that. Somebody admit. I know. I've watched a few Pokemon, and some do like the type. Some do the little like thing in the corner that there's like a character, like a star, diamond, or this or that in the corner. I don't. Like I said, I don't. Too old to learn something new. Oh, Hoppy Prism rookie. Andrew Waters Sepia. Um, well, you can be like, who is the Martinez guy? The guy they just caught, who the FBI is going to have arrested for ripping people off. Former NFL player. It's funny. There's all these lawsuits coming against that dude, and a guy who I buy a lot of cards from. In fact, probably the bulk of my cards come from him. Francisco Lindor Martinez bought a box of the original Japanese first series from him like a year or two ago. It's like a $40,000 box of cards, whatever it was. Again, I'm not really versed in Pokemon. Very expensive box. The dude's afraid they're going to come back and try to sue him too, because the dude's getting slapped with lawsuits left and right over whatever he was doing on his channel. I don't even know. One Piece, thank you. That's it, One Piece. Because I've actually, the guy who I get a lot of cards from, he runs a shop. He has a card shop, but he does comic books and all that. And his bigger things is like Pokemon and all that. And I've actually ordered him stuff through my account for him for like One Piece and stuff because it's such a big deal. And he can't get enough of it. John Gray Prison and Goldie Sepia. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I'm hoping things will work out okay with eBay, but they're still trying to figure out what they're doing here as far as protecting everyone. James Outman, refractor rookie from Muto. And hopefully it'll be all right. I mean, we talked about it. We were doing the website. We're going to get back to it next week. We're going to keep working on pushing the website so that if something does go wrong with it, we always have that to fall back on too. There's another Outman pink this time. Back-to-back Outman. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and any of those though, like the Magic and all that. I never learned about any of that stuff really. I mean, my son used to get them when he was younger, but I never really paid much attention to him. I was always just a baseball card guy. A little bit of football here and there. Bieber. All right, 2 to go. It's funny too. I just found a couple months back like boxes of Pokemon cards, but I have a couple nephews who are super into it, so I gave them all to them. Acuna, another one. And what do we got here for the 20s? Simone Wood Richardson for Elazar. And Yachty Pink. They were ecstatic. They were just out of their minds. They couldn't believe I came over. I gave them both I had like 2,000 count boxes. I divided them up and gave them to both of them. They were in terrible condition, which I felt bad about. But they're kids. They want them to play with and stuff, so it's fine, like my son did. But I was like, look what I found, guys. They were like, oh, my God, you'd have thought. You'd have thought I brought him a couple girls. Volpe. Joe Ryan. See, that's a problem though. Those are kids who get hooked for life then, and then it's my fault. Rizzo refractor. Starling Marte Sepia. Stanton Pink. All right, box number 20. Oh, my little Tennessee sign got knocked over. Although, man, they played terrible last week. Although I'm going this weekend. My first ever University of Tennessee Volunteers football game on Saturday. That'll be fun. In old Knoxville. All right, last box. Let's see if we can find something. Mackenzie Gore pink. Yeah, I'm having a big couple football weeks. So I'm going to University of Tennessee football game on Saturday, and then next week I'm going to the Eagles game here. Pena and Tyler Freeman, Sepia. That'll be all footballed out. I'm a much bigger fan of watching football on TV than I am at the stadium. Don't get me wrong, stadium's fun. A lot of fun, but football just plays so much better on TV. Ohapi rookie, 167 of 350. Nice one there for the Angels. Cody. But we usually make one Eagles game every year. So they're playing Washington next weekend. And it's Parents Weekend at UT. So, and the kid's a student there now, so can't miss Parents Weekend, God forbid. Nolan Jones, rookie Prism, and Vaughn Grissom, Sepia. Last pack of the break. Shohei. Yeah, bump one off at the end there. There you go. And nice Josh Jung, pink rookie to finish it up. All righty, folks. Thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly appreciate it. If you're not in our other break tonight, please stay safe and stay healthy out there. As I said, this is the only day we're breaking this week, but next week we'll be back to our full schedule. So come and hang out with us, please. I'd appreciate it. And bear with me for a sec. Put a quick hit recap together. All righty. We are doing a hit recap for 2023 Topps Chrome Half Blaster Case Break number 35. So these here are all Sepia's pinks, refractors that are non-rookies all through there. We'll pull out any superstars and stuff, make sure they get taken care of. Here, this whole pile here are rookies of all variations and sizes. We'll go through there and pull out all the top guys and make sure they get taken care of. Just leave them top loaded. Got some nice ones in there. Some Adley Prisms, Alvarez, Corbin Carroll, all those type of guys. Possible MVP candidate spots. We had Mookie and another Mookie, so that'd be 60 in Mookies if he were to win. For Acuna, 1, 2, 3 base, that'd be 60 in them. And Shohei showed up. A pink base, and base. That'd be 100 in Shohei. So not too bad on the MVP possibilities there. Oh, you got it, Jason. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Our hits, let's see. Jordan Groshans, a rookie for Miami to 275. Ivan Longoria to 275. Very nice. CJ Abrams to 99. Albert Pujols to 299. Carlos Perez, rookie to 199. JD Martinez to 299. Logan O'Hoppe, rookie to 350. And then autographs, Josh Smith for Texas. Kyle Stauer for the Orioles. Nate Eaton for Kansas City. And Simone Woods Richardson for the 20s. All right, folks, again, thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with Bowman Chrome. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.